See the rain coming down, but it is not purple today. Came a long way from stacking and rolling that change. And all I ever wanted was some real love. Then ice hit on my heart, I watched it build up. My bro, he stayed with Tuesday Bob to build up. And I feel on inside, don't wanna feel it. So I pour up inside my cup and I just sip till I can't feel it.
Right now we're in the Imperial Courts projects in Watts, California. And this is one of the main areas that I work in for the Social Justice League. It's where a lot of my close relationships are in the community. And yeah, it's just really like the home base, I guess, for the work that I've been doing the past year and a half. How y'all doing? This is my friend Daniel. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, baby.
Legendary Big Mama.
Hey, baby. How you doing?
Oh, you already know each other, baby.
Hey, baby. With Tamara, the foster kid.
Hi, Big Mama.
Come here. I love you. You ready? Thank you. And oh, I gotta talk to you. I want no hitting today. If you get frustrated, tell me, all right? I love you. No, you supposed to say yes, ma'am.
Sister.
If you're frustrated, we're gonna handle it. See Big Mama. Hey, beautiful. Come here.
Yeah, so the Social Justice League is an organization, I think the easiest way to sum it up is to call it an impact production company. But it's really just something that I started naturally at June 2020, so after the murder of George Floyd. There's two things that happened. One, my family came out of quarantine to protest. They had not left the house until that. So that told me that they're willing to risk their life for something that they felt was bigger than themselves. And then two, my girlfriend at the time, she was a black woman and she's just devastated by what happened. And to live with her and to see the impact that it had on her and the way that the media was treating the rioters, as they called them, and you know, just the misrepresentation of people in general that I saw firsthand as I was at the front of these protests, and then I was seeing what was on the news. It just kind of lit a fire under me that has never burned out. I was protesting in downtown LA, but at the same time I was working in a corporate job doing consulting work. I just felt a gap between corporate and community. You know, I think in my personal life I felt like I was going from something that was very emotional and, you know, community driven to Zoom calls that were, you know, very business driven, and I didn't really feel like that there was a lot going on in between, you know. So I wanted to start speaking up in the workplace and kind of crossing those bridges, right? And really it started as just a fundraiser. I was just trying to raise $1,000 for the NAACP-LDF to get a $500 match. But after 2 months we raised $820,000 with 2,700 donors, and we were writing the communications for our CEO all the way top down about the cause, me and my co-founder Alex Sands. And I think both Alex and I, we just found a passion for social impact that we didn't know that we had before.
Why you keep on calling? No, I can't. No, you glued to my hip. I ain't stuck with you. Hold up, you not my man. You a substitute. Why you always going through my phone like what's up with you? Breath always high. You need to keep going with you. And why you in my ear? I ain't even with you. Y'all ain't really friends. Why y'all so comfortable? Cause you the type of broke that always come and go. You down for being nice, but not down to much.
So I started the Social Justice League just as that outlet for anyone who's looking to make a difference, to be able to do it off the power of connection. So I really just couldn't even focus on work anymore. My day job, I was so just like ingrained in my passion for the community work that I ended up having to quit because, you know, I just found a path that I think I wanted to explore further. I wanted to try doing something differently, and I realized I can't do that and do my day job at the same time. And I think what really inspired me to make that leap was conversations I had with athletes and music artists who I was connected with. So I got connected with Keone Kela, who's a player. He played for the Pirates at the time, now he plays for the Padres. And Joe Moses, who's a rapper from South LA. And we did a Census 2020 event. That was our first ever Social Justice League event. And I realized really quickly, if I want to build a bridge between corporate and community, athletes and music artists are in the perfect place to do that, because they have a voice that carries a lot further than mine in the community. But also, they have these multi-billion, billion-dollar corporations that invest in their talent already. So if we can work with them and empower them, then we can help them serve their own community, but we can produce media and deliverables that people or the corporations who have the money want to pay for.
Up the clock one time and slide. Up the clock 2 times and slide. Up the clock 3 times more. Smack up. You fuck up the lane, then you stuck in out of luck. You used to ride in that Bentley, now you ride in that Bentley, now you ride in that.
I think the biggest challenge that I've faced so far is the stigmas around social impact work. Just facing people's judgment, facing just the outcome of the stigmas that exist. So, for example, I don't believe that the people in the projects are the cause of the problem for the projects, right? I believe that it's a lack of resources, it's systemic, it's something that was set up where people are born into an environment that creates the issues that you see on TV, right? But the issues can't be solved by the people who are facing them, right? So we have to actually go and talk to the boardrooms that have all the resources and convince them that the community is worthwhile to invest in, that there's value in the community, and that they're the ones that are needed to take action if we want to drive change. But my whole vision for the company is that it's not just about, taking action out of the goodness of your heart. There's real value in the community, and that's what we need to prove. And I mean, right now everyone believes, just because of how things have been set up in our society, that community work should be free, that it should be a tax break and volunteer hours. But how do you change the world as a nonprofit in a for-profit society? You can't. I mean, it's set up to fail. So our biggest challenge is to shift the culture. It's not just about helping 1 or 2 people as we can, or raising as much money as we can. It's about shifting a culture in our mindsets. We all have to think differently about this in order to actually do this.
Hey! Oh, Marcus, you gonna be good? No, you be good with me, but I'm saying other places. We're gonna have a meeting, okay? I love you. I miss you. Hey, beautiful. I love you.
I think what's different is our approach, our principles, our relationships. I mean, one thing that I learned through the corporate world doing consulting is whatever problem I'm trying to solve as a consultant for my client, I always have to start with assess, then design, and then implement. You first have to understand the problem before you try to solve anything, right? So what I wanted to do was show up in the communities that I want to work in, actually get to know people, meet people, understand who's doing the work, understand the problems that people are facing, ask questions before I bring answers. And then once I can understand the problems, once I have real relationships and trust, then we can start to solve them together. But I'm not showing up saying I can save the world. I'm just showing up asking people what their world is, And then once I understand that, then, that's when the sky is the limit. Because now we have something that other people can't buy. If you're $1 million company, billion, whatever it is, you can't buy the trust of people in the community. You can't just show up and buy that. You have to actually earn that. And so we spent our first year and a half not chasing money, but actually building relationships. And I think it's now time to turn that into something that will grow, into a business for everybody. I'll introduce Big Mama, and she'll introduce probably the even better, how we met. But the way that we met really was on the holidays of 2020. She had 2 foster kids that I knew were Clippers fans, or I heard were Clippers fans, and so Terrence Mann is one of the athletes that we work with. And when I heard about Marquand and Marcus, her 2 foster children, I told Terrence, if you can record a video, I'll surprise them with it, in the holidays, and we'll give them some gifts and everything like that. We'll capture that moment. So Big Mama brought Marquand and Marcus over. We showed the video. They were really excited, really happy. And then Big Mama came up to me and she said, "I don't want your toys. I want your help." And right away, and she also said, "Google my name." That's the other thing she told me to do. And so I did, and I Googled her, and I said, "Wow, you've been doing this work for 30-something years. That's amazing." And from there, I just wanted to get to know her more. And I learned really quickly, wow, everyone in the community is looking to you for help. Everybody. All these organizations are talking about you. But you don't have an organization in your own name. So Big Mama still lives in the projects. She's helping people, but she also needs her own help too. And I mean, for me, like I said before, for us to actually do this work, we have to start by building relationships. And I learned that Big Mama is the exact relationship that I needed to do this over here in the Watts community and Los Angeles in general. So we've been partners ever since that holiday. We've been through a lot together. We've helped each other through a lot, and we're happy to say that she has her own nonprofit now called Watts Chosen Angels that can take donations and can take grant money. And if you want to support the work that she's doing, you can donate directly to her, and you'll see that money, being put to a good use. So she's my role model, partner, friend, family. She's everything to me, not just in the Social Justice League, but just as a person.
I thank God for Max. Max came along when I needed somebody. I didn't have the support like I have now. Now I'm set up like a real organization, nonprofit, and a real business. He helped me structure my organization and structure my life. I was just doing it because I felt like some of the kids are just like me. Right here. Because this is for the pickles. Thank you, baby. It's for the pickles. They just like me. All kids are not the same. So that's what we need to work with the school system. We need more mentors to help us. And everybody don't want to volunteer no more.
Pay people.
We need to pay these young people. You want to stop the violence? You want to stop the shooting? Hire the young people. Because we got a lot of young people going bad. We got honor roll students.
I'm going to take Nate and get a lot of people to go get outfits for the music video shoot tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm shooting a music video.
Okay.
I'm going to take them to the marketplace.
Okay. I'll be right here.
Need anything?
No. I just need
You
him
going to take care of him?
something. No. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So I'm going to take this over here and hope they don't mess with me.
All I ever wanted was some children. Then I got 4 of them kids and now we chillin'. Nothing's real inside, don't wanna feel it. Yeah. So I pour up inside my cup and I just sip till I can't feel it. I know it won't solve my problem, but I know it makes a difference. One more sip and I'ma